UK Secretary of State for Wales and former Brexit Minister, the Right Honourable David Jones.
Well, thank you for that kind introduction, and as ever, it's a huge pleasure and privilege to be here today at this great annual gathering, which this year is taking place both physically and virtually. So many colleagues from around the world, and as Teresa just said, people in 30,000 locations in over 100 countries, all joined together to support freedom in Iran and Madame Rajavi's 10-point plan, and for a choice for a new start under a new government in a new Tehran. And may I send a special greeting to all my good friends in Ashraf, whom I hope to visit this year. I will certainly try to be with you next year. But these are strange times for all of us, separated as we are by the restrictions imposed as a consequence of the coronavirus. It's difficult for any of us to travel. But last month, President Macron of France did travel to London to mark a special event, the 80th anniversary of the arrival of General Charles de Gaulle in Britain. And President Macron said de Gaulle was a French officer soon to be stripped of his rank, his property, and his nationality by the Vichy regime. After arriving in London on June the 17th, he was immediately received by Winston Churchill. The old lion and the royal family offered asylum to the man that they recognized almost by instinct as the legitimate ambassador of French values. And President Macron continued, Winston Churchill personified the spirit of fighting on. He said he had nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. And yet he offered so much more: determination, faith in victory, honor, and pride. The president was right. Churchill was the man who stood firm against a monstrous tyranny, and thus he made London the capital of the free world. He gave the same support to anti-Nazi popular resistance movements in Norway, Holland, Czechoslovakia, and in other countries. And now, in the great annual Free Iran gathering of 2020, where the international community gathers together to back the Iranian people's legitimate struggle for democracy, human rights, peace, and security, we call on the British government, especially our Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who is Churchill's biographer, to stand firm, as Churchill did, against the regime that is ruling Iran. We dearly wish our government to show the same determination, faith in victory, honor and pride to the world as Winston Churchill did in 1940. Churchill did not stand aside, saying that it was for the French people to find their salvation alone. Rather, he offered his support to the people of France by recognizing Charles de Gaulle as their legitimate ambassador. Friends, today, Mariam Rajavi is the legitimate ambassador of the Iranian people, and I believe she should be recognized as such by the British government. Last month, President Macron also said the BBC opened its airwaves to French speakers and conveyed the spirit of French resistance. And today we want the BBC to open its airwaves not to the mullahs, but to the Iranian speakers who convey the desire of the Iranian people for freedom. That is what the British people and their representatives in the British Parliament want to see happen. And let it be the case that one day, the future president of a free and democratic Iran will commend a British government for having steadfastly supported the desire of the Iranian people for justice and for liberty. Thank you all, and God bless you.